Alright, here is the question. Should you buy the G310R BMW? Bismillah, well, let's find out. Let's do this. Okay. While I get onto this road, there's a couple things I should mention. Uh-oh, we got the 5-0 police right in front of us, cuz we gotta watch out over here. So the question of a lifetime for you, maybe, should you buy the BMW, this BMW right here that I'm driving? Honestly, I'm expecting, since you're probably looking for this 300cc engine, that you're probably looking for something that is more for a beginner rider, such as maybe yourself, or just like I am technically right now. I'm actually a beginner driver. This is about my second week that I've been driving, and this is the bike that I first learned on, so I have an attachment to this bike and I absolutely love it, so I can completely recommend it for a beginner bike. So the speed is not something that you're probably gonna love for a very long time, but if you were like me, who is extremely fearful of riding motorcycles, this is the absolute perfect bike you could get to learn how to ride a motorcycle. And it's a freaking BMW, my dude. You know what I'm saying? Ignore the fairings that you're not seeing. You know what I'm saying? Look at this thing. Just let me show you the agility I learned within 2 weeks. Hopefully I won't mess up. That was a dead squirrel on the ground. What the frick? Oh, people gonna see me and be hating. I'm not gonna wave at them. I don't think they're gonna be very happy about me doing this wavy. Also, this bike sounds phenomenal. It's not, well, I mean, there are some 300cc bikes that are non-custom, that are non-custom exhaust. They sound like nothing, and I'm not saying they sound necessarily bad. This is just loud, is what I'm saying. Like, compared to the other stock engine, like the exhausts that you have at other bikes, this is not bad like that. This is actually really, like, seemingly loud, but at the same time, which is here comes another positive, it's not so loud that you're passing by houses and people hear you from the inside of their houses. That is a really loud level of exhaust that I don't think any 300cc beginner bike kind of really wants to learn on. And I'll tell you why. From my experience, is the sound really intimidated me. You know, the sound really made me feel like I was driving on just an engine that can kill me, you know. And I forgot the one big thing, that one of the main reasons, I think, for anybody, beginner or not, someone should absolutely buy this bike if they are riding on roads like this. Now, why are these roads phenomenal for this bike, for any level of rider, beginner or experience? Is because the speed limits here are 40 miles, not even 40 miles per hour, they're 35 miles per hour, sorry, 30 miles per hour. These things will own the streets. If you live in a small town, or you really don't drive around big roads, such as obviously highways, but roads that go up to like 50 miles per hour, people are driving 50-60 miles per hour, then this bike is really perfect. I don't know why else anyone would ever, living in an area like that, would want something more powerful than that. And I'm way ahead of this car. Like, obviously no one else is trying to race, you know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, you're always ahead of the traffic, and honestly, that is literally the best thing when you're driving this thing, you know. I mean, it's just a bike, you know. It's a bike that is, by the way, the most comfortable bike I've sat on, and I haven't sat on many. It's a super duper comfortable bike, comfortable bike. And I'm straight chilling. These mirrors are like super phenomenal too. I could see everyone behind me, I could see off to my side. There's close to no blind spots with these mirrors too. Super good bike, you know. I love it. But I will tell you, the worst places to have this bike, you don't know where that is? I'll show you. I'll tell you why this is the worst types of bikes for roads that are over 45 miles per hour, because you really need more power if you want to be safe. I'm a certain type of rider where I like to be ahead of traffic. I like to be coming on to traffic rather than the traffic coming on to me. So I'm not necessarily going along with the speed of everybody else. I just think it's the most safest thing to do is to not do that. When I go ahead of traffic, naturally people tend to kind of switch in your lane. I'm telling you, I've had this incident happen probably 2-3 times, which is scary for a beginner rider. Dude, the only way you can get out of there is pull the throttle. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you hit the brakes, you're afraid someone else might be behind you, all this other nonsense. So you really have to get out of there like blind spot, but even when you're passing by them, you really have to give it throttle to get the hell out of there. I'll give you an example. See, look, everyone's going about 50 miles per hour right here, right now. Even the van is right beside me. If he decides to change lane, I have to hit the throttle. Look at this. Look at that. No difference. There's like barely any difference. I barely even increased past this van right here. Check it out again. Dude, it's terrible. And I'm telling you, that's very dangerous. You don't want that. So if you're riding on roads that are 50 miles per hour, this bike is not the worst thing, but in the sense of safety, you might want to watch out. But that's something I realized. For safety comes first, especially if you're a beginner rider. My suggestion would be not even to take this bike on the road like this, unless you're completely ready. Honestly, I'm being honest, I don't really come on this road unless I'm with like a group. So God willing, I actually make it home safely, you know. But let's do this. Let's pop this U-turn over here. This is the fun part. Woohoo! Let's break some freaking laws, dude. Let's do this stuff, dude. You can do this stuff when you're on a bike, alright? Look at that. Now that's freaking fun, my guy. That's freaking fun, my guy. That was freaking fun, my guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing you don't get with those really powerful bikes, is that funness that you get from switching through all those gears, dude. It is one of the most fun things you could do. At nighttime, these cars are not necessarily going that fast. So it's really freaking fun to pull through traffic and just, you know, if you want to drive like a bit like a hooligan, but not completely like a hooligan. No one's trying to drive like a complete hooligan. You know, you're a beginner rider over here. Anywhere is really fun with this bike, if I'm just being honest with you. It's about safety, to be honest. You know, it's simply just about safety. You want to be safe, but also I'd say probably the last bit of suggestion is this bike is really going to help you learn how to use the clutch on future bikes, because this is so sensitive. This clutch is so sensitive. You will like, and it really throws you back, you know, like for a beginner rider. Oh my god, it throws you back. The first time, like I think the first couple times where I floored it, I promise you, my hands almost flew out the bar. I was like, good god. I was like, good god almighty. It was really scary. You want to keep it on a low gear when you're around these kind of people at this, you know, to kind of pull yourself out of the situation. Anyways, I could do an instructional video on how to drive through traffic later, but please let me know if you guys want that video, because fudge yeah, this is my first video ever, and I really want to help y'all out, and I want to ride more bikes, and I want to freaking show you guys every freaking thing about bikes, man, because I'm a biker now. I love it, dude. I'm obsessed with this, and I can't stop, inshallah, you know, God willing. All right, guys, well, please do subscribe, please do like the video. If you're thinking about getting this BMW G310R, then definitely do consider whatever the heck I told you in this video, and hopefully it would make your decision easier. So with that being said, goodbye, and God is the greatest. Peace.